finally doing a devlog on Quasar. For those who don't know what Quasar is, because you found us through YouTube, here's an explanation. Essentially, it's a physics-based space MMO. So that means everything is physics-based. There's not a lot of things that are pre-coded into the game, and it's an infinitely procedurally generated universe. Okay, now first we'll talk about everything that we've done so far, then what's still in the works, and also what we still need to do. So here we have our sample scene, and let's just start the game and see what we can see. So we're falling onto this sphere. This acts as a planet in this case, so we can walk on it. We can stretch out our hands. We can make a fist. So we can... Okay, what can we see? So here's the basic stuff that's done with just the Unity physics engine and a single script I wrote. But that script is one of the most important scripts of the whole game. So let's look at that. The physics, and the script is called attractor. And let's wait for Visual Studio to open. First we have a float, that's the gravity constant, the G constant, and essentially the script just calculates Newtonian physics for every object is attached to. So we have the G constant, and then we create a list with all attractors and a public rigid body. In there we input the rigid body of the game object. So on fixed update we just check if for all attractors in attractor, if it's not this, then we go to this function and calculate force for it to realistically be attracted to this object. So, okay. Now, there were also some other things. So we also have some advanced physics. For example, this cube is gonna break into 2 pieces. It can break into more pieces, and it's floating now. That's one thing I still need to fix, but we also have these boards here, and they are deformable. That's not managed through soft body physics. but we manage it through offsetting the vertices, the individual vertices of the object. The script behind this is a bit long, so I won't bother to explain every single bit of it, but just so you know. Okay. Then we have another thing. So another problem is floating point inaccuracy. So if we move in Unity, because it uses 32-bit floating points for its coordinate system, farther than 10,000 units outwards from the middle, we will have the accuracy of the movements decreased to millimeter accuracy, and so on until it's really glitchy. So what we did to counter that is a floating origin system, and what it essentially does is it moves every time you move further than 5,000 units in this case. You will be moved to the middle of the scene, and the objects will be moved relative to you, so you can't make out a change. That means theoretically you can go to infinity. Okay. Now, Unity has another problem. If we build this game from scratch, that probably wouldn't matter, but Unity has a limitation on the mass of mass component of an rigid body. So really large and heavy planets is not a thing. What we did is we put the G constant to a higher value, so the attraction force is greater. Simple. We wouldn't have to do it if we didn't use Unity. Now, the player controller. The player is also physics-based, like everything else. So we have an active ragdoll player controller. We have a static animator. It has to be the exact same, at least from the naming of all the child objects. And then we put the master controller on the static animator, and the ragdoll tries to mimic the static animator, and the ragdoll is physics-based, but the static animator is just like normal video game animation. So yeah, the master controller. Yeah, it's just like a normal player controller with a bit more code to control the orientation of the player. So if you are close enough to a planet, then the controller calls check sphere, and this sets the variable is grounded to true if there is a planet in reach. And here, if there is a planet in reach, we find the closest planet and use the position to calculate the rotation of the player. Otherwise, we are in open space, so the controls change a bit. We're also currently working on procedural life forms, so No Man's Sky-like animals and stuff, but a bit more realistic. I can't show you that because I haven't written any code yet. Then we're working on procedural destructible terrain for the planets and maybe asteroids, big asteroids. I can't show you that either because it's not on my computer, because I'm not the one working on it. I'm also working on the original soundtrack for the game, and I'm not gonna show it to you because you can just check out the videos I put up on YouTube for that. Yeah. We still need to do networking, so yeah, that's gonna be a hurdle still, because the game's gonna be an MMO, and without networking you can't play in multiplayer. So then avatar creation, so you can customize your avatar and stuff, or upload your own maybe. Then the procedural generation for the solar systems, and we of course need polishing for the alpha release. Our future plans are first the alpha release. It's hopefully gonna be in the beginning of next year, but that's not confirmed. So yeah, looking forward to that. Then we'll still, after the alpha release, do dynamic simulation of the solar systems relative to each other, so at a greater scale than just the physics simulation in the solar systems. We're gonna simulate the whole universe. Yeah. Then chemistry, so you can mix different elements and stuff and create reactions. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. Then of course the social stuff like chat and voice chat. The voice chat's gonna be more like Rust, if you know that game. So if you speak, your avatar speaks in game, so not everyone can hear you, but just people around you. And then of course friends list or parties, companies, whatever we're gonna call that. What we then still want to do is stellar nebula, so gas clouds you can fly inside solar systems and find cool stuff. And interstellar nebulas, that's probably more just gonna change how the skybox looks and stuff. And then maybe we want to add soft body physics and more precise slicing physics. So at the moment you can slice through something, but you can't cut for a circle out of it, for example. Yeah. Devlogs are not gonna be regular, but I'll keep you updated. So if enough new content is added, I will make a new one. Yeah, that's it from my side of things. Feel free to ask questions or give feedback in the comments. And if you want to get more insight into the project, be sure to join our Discord. There's also a test build for the player controller on the Discord, so you can test it and give us even more feedback. See ya.